Hi there, welcome back to Beyond Talk, where we're discussing the three pillars that Beyond Identity is built on. Today, we're going to discuss simple to administer. I'm here with Jasson Casey. What does simple to administer mean for Beyond Identity?
So let me start with talking about the problem. There's several identity stacks and companies out there, and I would argue some are easier than others to administer, but none are actually simple to administer. Simple to administer means that the platform that I'm administering as an identity administrator is obvious, is intuitive. It technically flows with what I'm trying to enable. What am I trying to enable? I'm trying to enable my workers to get to work. They're trying to get on the subway, find the right line, and get authenticated and authorized to the applications they need. So the state of the art in the industry right now, apparently, is a lot of clicky with some tables and tabs as I have to build this mental map of everything that's going on in my head and try and keep things straight. That's not simple. What are the two big fears of identity administrators in interacting with their system at all? Number one is I'm going to disrupt service. Disrupting service means they bring the business down. That's a career-ending offense. And then step two is this is going to create a lot of work for me to be able to make a change or a transition that is safe for the business. Right. I have a bunch of other things to work on. Is this really that important? Do I need to think about reassessing this work? Maybe my user base can live with this status quo for a bit longer given the effort. So given that those are the two primary concerns of identity administrators, we saw that as just a loud bell being rung, that there was a clear market opportunity to address, that the state of identity stacks in the industry today are not solving their real users' needs. They are not simple to administer. If they are immediately asking the question, is this going to disrupt the business and how much extra work is it going to cost? And oftentimes the answer isn't even immediately attainable. It's go hire a consultant to find out.
If you're going to deliver a secure product, the administration console, administrators need to configure it. They need to do things in it. It's a tool to enable the business. They have to be able to make changes, but they have to be able to do it confidently.
The way I would put it is simple to admin. Again, it's an ethos of the company. So an ethos is about behavior. Behavior drives outcomes, right? So back to who we hire, how we build, what we build, how we deliver, and how we operate. Absolutely. It's one of these core ethoses. And so when I have an identity stack, that identity stack has capabilities or things it can do. It has configuration, the thing that it's supposed to do based on how it's configured. And it has operation. What subset of the configuration is actually being exercised by the users of the platform? A simple to administer identity stack is always going to be able to answer those three questions intuitively and always help the administrator understand as they want to transition between configurations, as they want to enable new capabilities, as they want to curtail certain behaviors of their organization. How do they do it without disrupting business? And how do they do it under a minimal amount of effort that doesn't require them to delay their plans for other work?
What do our customers tell us about how important it is to be simple to administer, especially when they're using our product? What do we hear from them?
So I would argue initially the market has almost accepted that this field is not simple. A typical scenario that arises when we get into a POV or even a deployment, and this mostly happens, it exists in Okta, but it certainly shows its head in Microsoft, is service accounts. I need to figure out what my service accounts are, and I need to make sure those service accounts are marked as Azure Hybrid, because if they're marked as cloud and I flip this switch, then it might break. Again, coming back to disruption, right? Yeah. And so the state of the art of figuring out what service accounts were was, let me call a person, give me a week. And so now the second thing, are you causing me extra work, right? So potential service disruption and definitely extra work. We looked at that and we kind of quickly said, well, first of all, a service account is going to have a service-like behavior. It's going to have very specific properties of its activity and time. It's also going to have some pretty specific structure of naming. And I bet we could actually help track that down for you to where the questions you're asking of your team is just verifying the exceptions as opposed to locating the 2,000 or 3,000 servers. So that's an example of customers not knowing that life could actually be easy.
We don't have to build that capability for our customers. We do it because we know that by doing it, It's going to make it easier on the administrator, and that ultimately is going to lead to more secure outcomes.
Any system that asks its users to go find out information that the system already knows is idiotic and a time waster.
Thanks, Jason. That was Simple to Administer, one of the 3 core pillars that Beyond Identity is built on. Make sure you tune in to the other 2 videos that cover the other 2 pillars that are fundamental to how Beyond Identity protects our customers.